Let's go over the difference between how much and how many. Do you know the difference? Let's complete the following questions with how much or how many. If you haven't answered them yet, answer them first before you will see the correct answers. Bakit ko nga ba naisipang magpa-quiz ng napakadaling tanong tulad nito? Well, I was posting about math problems at ito nga yun. And got this comment. Sana yun. Tada! Confused naman ang tanong bakit how much? Dapat, diba, how many? It was then I found out na kailangan nyo talagang maintindihan ang pagkakaiba nito. Otherwise, mas lalo kayong mahihirapan pagdating sa math. Balikan natin yung tanong dito. Ito yung mga tanong dito. Itong mga 5 tanong na to, nandun din sa ating 10 item na quiz. Pero bago ang lahat, tingnan muna natin itong number 1. Karen sliced a cake into 10 slices. She ate 2/10 of it and ate another 4/10 of it. How much or how many of the cake did Karen eat? Ano nga ba ang dapat o tamang itanong dito? Is it how much or how many? Second, you bought a ball of yarn. You used 6/17 of the yarn and gave 5/17 to your friend. The question is, how much of the yarn was used? Or is it how many of the yarn was used? If you want to know how to use how much and how many, then we need to know some of the different kinds of nouns in English. Let's take a look at how we use how much and how many properly in English. In English, there are count nouns and non-count nouns. Count nouns are things that we can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. There are 2 kinds of count nouns, singular nouns and plural nouns. Singular means 1. Plural means more than 1. So we use a singular count noun when there is just one person, place, or thing. We often use articles a and the with singular nouns. These are the examples. There is a dog. She has an orange. One car drove past me very fast. We use plural nouns when there is more than one person, place, or thing. There are 10 dogs. She has 2 oranges. 5 cars drove past me very fast. Last, there are non-count nouns. These are things that we cannot count or things that are too small to count. Here is a list of common non-count nouns. Air, water, time, sugar. Include mo na dyan yung flower, happiness, juice, work, butter, snow. So, rain, gas, money, salt, stress, yung mga feelings, love, sand, etc. In short, liquids such as water, juice, milk, powders such as sugar, flour, rice, materials such as wood, metal, plastic, paper. Food, such as we have fruit, meat, bread, cheese. Abstract nouns such as love, hope, fear, justice. Time is non-count because there are many units of time. So time is non-count noun. But seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, yung mga ganyan are count nouns. This is the same for money and work. Sometimes we can change a non-count noun into count noun using a counter word. Water, non-count yan siya. One bottle of water, that is count noun. Sugar itself is non-count, but 3 cups of sugar, count noun. Now we are ready to look at the difference between how many and how much. Use how many plus with the plural count nouns. We cannot use a singular noun here. But of course, we can use singular nouns when we answer these questions. The noun has to be plural. How many chairs are in the room? Pwede mo namang sagutin na we only have 1 chair. Yun yung masagot mo in singular as singular. How many sisters do you have? How many hours? Kapag time yan, how much time? How many hours did you work yesterday? How many days until Christmas? How many people will come? These are countable nouns. Use how much with non-countable nouns. How much time do we have? How much stress does she have? How much sugar do we have? How much money did she spend? These are non-countable nouns. Sometimes we do not need a noun. We can do this when the noun is easily understood by the listener. How much did she spend? Like how much money did she spend? We leave out the noun usually when we are talking about the weather or money. How much did it rain? How much did it snow? How much it cost? Notice that we do not use singular nouns with these questions, but we can use singular nouns when we answer these questions. Example, how many eggs do we need? I need 1 egg. How many sisters does Mark have? Mark has only 1 sister. Now, there are words that are both countable and uncountable. Some words can be both countable and uncountable depending on how you use them. If you are talking about the whole object, if you are talking about the whole object, the noun is often countable. If you are talking about part of an object, the noun is uncountable. Example. Ito yung example natin. Example. Karen sliced a cake into 10 slices. Isang cake, in-slice niya into 10 slices. She ate 2/10 of it and ate another 4/10 of it. How much or how many of the cake did Karen eat? Balikan nga natin kung paano gamitin o kailan tayo gagamit ng how much at how many. Ano ngang meron dito? If you are talking about the whole object, the noun is often countable. If you are talking, i-delete mo nga natin to. If you are talking about part of an object, the noun is uncountable. Kapag uncountable, how much, di ba? So, kung part ang hinahanap, how much ang itatanong natin. Kapag whole object, how many? Balikan natin. How much of the cake did Karen eat? Is this question correct? Yes, it is. Kasi part ang hinahanap. Next example, you bought a ball of yarn. You used 6/17 of the yarn and gave 5/17 to your friend. Part of nito ang hinahanap. So, ang question na how much of the yarn was used, that is correct. Now, let's complete the following questions with how much or how many. Number 1. Blank milk have we got? Is it how much or how many? When we say milk, it is uncountable. Uncountable. When we say uncountable, we will use how much. So, ang answer sa number 1 ay how much. Question number 2. Blank steaks have we got? Is it how much or how many? When we say steaks, it is a thick, flat piece of meat. Piece of meat means countable. When we say countable, that means how many. So to complete the question, it must be how many steaks have we got? Question number 3. Blank time do you need to finish your homework? Again, kapag time lang, this is uncountable. Then the question must start with how much. It should be much. How much time? Erase natin. Sulat ko nga ulit. How much time do you need to finish your homework? When can we use how many when it comes to time? Remember yung examples natin regarding time. Kapag time lang, it should be how much time. But if it is hours, minutes, how many? Pero kung time lang, how much? Question number 4. Blank friends does she invite to her party? Is it how much or how many? Friends, countable. So this is how many. Question number 5. Blank people work in your father's company. People is countable. So, how many? Question number 6. Bali, pareho lang to sa example natin kanina. She ate 1/3 of the cake and ate another 1/8 of it. Is it how much or how many of the cake did Karen eat? Part ang pinag-usapan dito, di ba? Kapag sinabing part, that is uncountable. When we say uncountable nouns, so this must be how much. How much of the cake did Karen eat? Number 7. Blank of the yarn was used. Gaya din ng naunang example natin, part ang pinag-usapan dito. Kaya, how much of the yarn was used? Question number 8. How much or how many kilograms of fruits were put inside the basket? When we say kilograms, gaya ng nasa examples natin ulit, this is countable. When we say countable, dapat ang gamitin natin ay how many. So, how many kilograms of fruits were put inside the basket? Number 9, flour. Uncountable, obviously, this is uncountable. So, how much flour did she use all in all? Kailan ba siya maging how many? Magiging how many lang siya kung how many kilo of flour did she use all in all? Bali, ilang kilo ng flour. Pero kung flour lang, how much flour did she use all in all? Next, yung number 10 natin. You gave 1/5 of the pan of brownies to Jam and 1/2 to Kate. How much or how many of the pan of brownies did you give away? Para maka-identify ka kung how much ba or how many, part ba siya or isang buo? 1/5 of the pan, yung isa ay 1/2 sa the same pan. The question here is, blank of the pan of brownies did you give away? Ilan sa part doon sa isang pan of brownies na binigay niya? Ibig sabihin, part. Now, kapag part lang siya, dapat ang question mo is how much of the pan of brownies did you give away? Mag-recap tayo sa mga sagot natin. Number 1, how much milk have we got? Because milk is uncountable. How many steaks have we got? Because steaks is countable. How much time do you need to finish your homework? Because time is uncountable. Magiging countable lang siya kung hours, days, yung mga ganyan. Hours, days, minutes. Number 4, how many friends does she invite to her party? Friends, countable. Number 5, how many people work in your father's company? Number 6, how much of the cake? Part. How much of the cake did Karen eat? It's part, that means uncountable. Number 7, how much of the yarn was used? Part lang siya. Number 8, how many kilograms of fruits were put inside the basket? Number 9, how much flour did she use all in all? Flour is uncountable. Number 10, you gave 1/5 of the pan of brownies to Jam and 1/2 to Kate. How much of the pan of brownies did you give away? Should be how much, kasi part lang siya.